Well, it's been a hard day of protests. I've had to work at the museum, and to be fair, the tree surgeons have only lopped down 2 trees. They've still left the trunk and the stump. Brilliant. Let me tell you the story of what went on. Good morning, you beautiful lot. Today is the 27th of February and it's a Monday, which means it's round 2 of our almighty war of saving the walks. Now I'm treating it like a war because it seems like it's a legal war. There's no actual fighting and physical stuff, but it's all background laws and weird stuff, you know, democracy. But anyway, these beautiful trees right here are due to be chopped by RHL, which is Richard Hall Limited, Buckingham Group. Now last week, as you know, they did that lot over there. As you can see, the logs are still lying in the field. Apparently the logs don't actually belong to Bovis Vistry, so they belong to us as they were taken from our land, if you know what I mean. So this is the highways. Bovis own that land and the trees are on this side of the fence, so therefore they belong to the people. So they're discussing of what woodwork they can make out of them, make us feel a little bit better for what they've done. But anyway, nobody's quite here yet, so I thought we'd just have a little stroll down here and you can see what this is like, because once all these leaves come back, this is beautiful under here. And especially when we had like nearing 40 degrees temperatures last year, we were very grateful for this tree line walk, so we could get from the beautiful play area back up into town. Another thing as well, some volunteers have come by on 3 separate nights and they have heard bats with their epic sonar bat detecting equipment. So today's battle will be trying to save the bats as well as the trees. Because I walk under here and the bats fly over your head constantly. All in aid of a massive roundabout, right? So these white spots here are suspected bats. So bats could be living up in these. I don't personally know because I don't know how the bat detection equipment works. But yeah. So I also raised the question, if we're having a dual carriageway coming in across here, you've got Sanderson's Cut, and I go sit in Sanderson's Cut because there's water, I can make a fire, suck in the elements. I bet loving me out, you've got your 5 elements and you sort yourself out. But in there's a load of trees and the bats go over your head in there as well. So I raised the question of that one, so they're going to have a look at that. But yeah. Now, today I do have work. We have 82 school children coming into the museum. Bring it on. Teach the next generations our history. So I'll stay for as long as I can, but then I'm going to have to shoot off. But I have got my drone on me, so when I come back this evening, if anything has happened, I can catch it then and show you all. God bless the trees. Yeah. The Embankment Cafe has turned up as well. So have the Busies down the bottom end there. So a lady just came in and started feeding the swans. And then all of a sudden all the swans started coming over. And I'm sitting there thinking, we need bread. So now we've got a load of bread. And should anything happen, because I think they want to move a 14-ton lorry into here, which is another point that I'm not liking. So the big lorry, the big grab machine they had in the other field is now coming down into here. Now that's going to rip up all of this beautiful green space. This is our amenity area they're going to rip up there. And I don't like that. In the other field it was floodplain. It was barren land, so that don't really matter too much. But this here all gets used. All of it gets used. So, yeah, another thing as well, I've gone and let those guys know that if they start felling before this investigation of the bats starts to happen, then we can call the police on them. I mean, we ain't going to have to because the police are there. So, Whatever. But we've used our time right, and we'll start coaxing the swans over. Let the monarch's birds do the work for us. And look at that, Egyptian geese. I've never seen them here before.
So we've spoken to our supervisors, and essentially until we've seen the document that they've done the survey, the bat protection, they're not chopping the trees down.
So they're not going to chop any trees?
Until we've seen that document, we've said not to chop the trees down.
Oh, okay. So that's where's this document coming from?
I don't know. We've just told them, and it's down to them.
So they've got to prove the document before anything can go ahead, and that is a mini win, folks. That's a mini win.
So just to confirm, they are taking down fence panels over there in preparation.
What a diamond!
They haven't mentioned.
I hope you've got your bat survey with you.
Bat survey?
That's what they're asking. You can't do no work until that bat survey's been proven. Police have just informed all of us. So I hope you've got it on you, darling.
The bat survey's been proven?
Has it?
We spoke to police.
Have you got the paperwork?
I haven't got the paperwork, I've got it online.
Oh, well, you'll need to prove it. So that eco lady there, I'm really sorry. I don't mean to be like this, but how long has she been out of nappies? Anyway. So our busies have just gone back in there with the eco lady, and I'm guessing they're trying to gather up that report. So I'm not actually too hopeful on today. My expectations are pretty low. I'm expecting to come back and see all these down later. So anything positive that does happen is going to be a bonus. So just keep that in mind for the day. But I'm going to have to give it another 10 minutes, and I'm going to have to go work at the museum. It's going to be hard going away from here thinking constantly, what am I going to come back to? Oh wow, look at the swans coming in. Look. And still, we have got a card to still play. We still have the bread card. So when they go to bring this 14 and a half ton lorry in here, we have our army waiting by the side. A big shout out to Jonathan Hornet up there, a Wellingborough Eco Group Director. He's been absolutely amazing through this. I've got pretty close to him, to be fair. What a diamond. Oh, and of course, the lady who's been here every day so far has been Alison Bagley, Northants Telegraph. Go check out her post, they're absolutely brilliant. Oh, we've got Marion. Ah, hello. I was just trying to call you, darling. Brilliant.
Like I say,
I did pass all that.
So
Yeah, I did pass all that evidence to.
That report.
I did pass all that evidence to Cox on the post.
I believe our sergeant might be here now.
Yeah.
A van's just turned up, so
Okay.
I believe that lady.
Okay, the sergeant's coming. Lovely. Well, the rain is coming down. They won't be doing any chopping until they get all their reports. She's hard on her phone, trying to find some kind of evidence she can show to the coppers. Hey, look at that sign. Yes.
All we are saying
is give trees a chance. Talk about the politics, the heretics, the relatics. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Rabbi. Yeah, I am. So lovely.
Nice to see you.
And you, my love. Yeah, lovely. How are you, Kelly? How are you? All right? Lovely, look at that. So yeah, final scene. I'm going to have to get off. Love you all lots. Even you, Hayden. Thank you for being here once again. Home movies persons right here. Okay, right. Off we go. With this on my mind constantly. Lord knows. Best of luck, Godspeed. Rest in peace, trees, just in case. So, don't know how it'll turn out. I'll see you later. Thank you. Well, it's been a busy one at the museum. Big shout out to Ruskin Skill. I really do hope you enjoyed that. That was pretty cool. So I've come back down here now. It's 3:30. and it doesn't look like much work's gone on. I mean, there's 2 trees in there that have been lopped down, but they've left the trunk, the stump and trunk. So I don't know. I need to find someone, get some information here. But for another day, they're still standing. Look at that. So, oh, they've done. No, they haven't even done one. They've just brought down the tops of one. So, yeah, I've been talking to a couple of the residents that have been down here, and I managed to get some answers. So, as you can see, there's only 2 trees that have kind of been lopped down. They've still got the trunk and stump. So, right, where do we start? So, there's been a lot of argy-bargy, there's been a lot of police. The police were trying to move people off the footpath before the temporary footpath was actually made. So there was a bit of and ah, and they were going to arrest a disabled lady in a wheelchair and some other bits. But then, Sherry Lee, what an absolute angel. You noticed it was really windy out here today, and whilst they were taking the tops off the trees, there were branches falling down towards the road.
I'll show you this and then we'll finish up the video.
So she's managed to stop that. So I'm going to find Sherry Lee and I'm going to thank her for the day. But other than that, there's not really much else to report.
This is something that should have been stopped in 2008. It is a failure of the old borough council that were a failing council and didn't represent the people of Wellingborough at all well. And unfortunately Northants Council have shown their true stripes and are riding roughshod against public opinion. We've got a petition of over 6,000. We've regularly had between 70 and 100 people down here every day protesting, trying to save these trees. Most of the protesters here have been trying to delay this happening today. But we have had our successes. They were due to take 38 trees down last week, and they only managed to cut down 14. This will be number 15 and the first on the embankment side of the roundabout. And as you can see, there's no caring for nature. They are just hell-bent on destruction. There is an argument, the reason why they're taking these trees down, I don't know if you can see the white poles back there, is that they're just taking these trees down because there's a gas main that needs to be installed. But reports are, this gas main is not even considered to be done until next year. So why they are so eager to do this destruction, why this wanton vandalism is being allowed to happen.
There needs to be a change in the planning in terms of how people are notified, because obviously so much goes through planning, big documents that people rarely read. Do you think the council should have to, by law, put on its website when it's taking down historic trees?
Well, this has just been a muddle, and I think this is the reason why anybody from us mere campaigners to Peter Bone in Parliament has asked for this to actually be halted, so that we can actually sort of have a look at the evidence as to why this is happening and for the needs of this happening.
Do you see like 2008 to 20, that's 15 years?
Well, there's been 3. We've got 2008, 2016. This was both approved on both occurrences, but even that is very unclear, because on Monday when we first came here last week, we were unsure whether it was anywhere between 11 and 61 trees that were going to be felled. It turns out that they want to destroy 45.
Do you think people need to pay more attention?
Well,
In terms of, like, when the buses were stopped, it wasn't until the day the buses stopped when people protested, but by then obviously it's too late. People are more engaged with local politics, do you think, and read some of the documents that are going through the council on a daily basis?
Yes, exactly that. And in fact, I was one of the protesters on that day when they stopped the Kingsway bus.
By then it's too late, isn't it?
It is too late because the
councils should be more proactive in telling residents in their ward what's happening.
I just think there's a democracy shortage, deficit, that's the word I was looking for. And unfortunately, I think that's why we as an area of Northamptonshire have a failing county council, because we've got this democracy deficit and local people aren't involved. And in fact, I would possibly go further than that, is that councils almost don't want to be engaged, because they feel if more people are engaged and more people are voting, then they may not actually get voted in. They just want the people that vote for them to actually vote. They're not interested in the general public opinion. If you look at local elections, you're looking at about 20% of the people come out to actually vote. It's not democracy. It's a sham, and unfortunately when you haven't got democracy, this is what happens. And when you're looking at the planning applications, you're looking at 10 people that have voted on this out of a population of however many thousand live in Wellingborough, and that was still 5 and 5.
Is this a lesson to people to become more engaged, to read the planning applications, to read the documents, because they are there for people to see? I'm a local democracy reporter, and I'm aware of how important it is to read the documents. And often the councils don't read the documents.
No, well, I think that's the point as well, is that you and I both know that even councillors don't go to our council meetings. General public people that go to these meetings are probably can be counted on one hand, and that's to the full ones. If we're allowed into the planning ones, which I doubt sometimes, unless you've actually got planning going through, then you just wouldn't attend. The last planning one that I was told, that I attended, and I believe it was the same chairman that let all this go through, I was trying to represent my whole street, and they gave me 2 minutes to speak. I went slightly older, and when I tried to continue to talk, I was told to shut up by the chair of the planning committee. Yes, and I had most of my street standing behind me saying, let him speak, we want him to speak. And it was too late for them then to be heard, because we weren't allowed to continue on that conversation.
Thank you for chatting to me. I'm going to a few jobs in Wellingborough today, but is any in the shop? So I've just been down to the street where that chap was murdered on Field Road. Just his friend making another strange thing that's going on.
It's all going off, isn't it? But this is disgraceful, isn't it? I think that's possibly as much wrecking as they're going to do, isn't it?
So I don't know how the rest of the week is going to go, but it may be a good one. It may be sad. I don't know. But what I do know is I'll be back down here at 7:30 in the morning. So thank you to everybody that came out and showed the force and showed the strength and the decent unity of Wellingborough. And I suppose we'll see you all again for the next episode of PurpleVision.